The night is soft around you now, quiet, gentle, and kind. Somewhere not far away, a small campfire is glowing in the dark. Its light is low and steady, a warm circle in the cool night air. The day has finished its last tasks and slipped away, and this peaceful place is here just for you. You have arrived. There is nothing you need to carry anymore. No plans, no lists, no decisions. Only this quiet night, this soft fire, this easy, spacious rest. Feel how your body is beginning to settle, the way your weight is gently held by the surface beneath you. Notice how the ground, or the bed, or the couch meets you with quiet support. You do not have to hold yourself up. You can allow yourself to be held. The air of this hidden meadow feels cool and clean. It moves slowly across your skin, touching your face, your hands, your shoulders. Like a calm, steady breath from the earth itself. You do not have to meet it with effort. Just let it be there, surrounding you, soft and kind. Ahead of you, the campfire flickers in the middle of the meadow. Not loud, not bright, just a small, friendly flame burning in a steady rhythm. Safe, contained, and gentle. You find a place near the fire. A place that has already been prepared, as if someone thoughtful has been waiting for you. A blanket spread out, a soft place to lean back. Everything ready for you to rest. As you settle into this place, notice the simple comfort of arriving. The feeling of, I am here now. I do not have to go anywhere else. I do not have to do anything else. The night sky stretches above the meadow, wide and calm. It feels like a great, quiet shelter, like a soft, dark roof of safety, arching over you and over the glowing fire. You are held inside this shelter of night, like a small, steady light within a safe, quiet world. Listen to the fire, the gentle crackle, the slow, tiny pops as the wood settles into its own way of resting. The sound is comforting and familiar, like a kind voice murmuring in another room. You do not need to understand every sound. You only need to know that each sound means warmth, and that warmth is for you. Breath comes and goes in a slow, natural tide. You do not need to change it. Just notice how it moves all by itself. Air flowing in, air flowing out. Each breath a quiet wave, washing through your chest, through your body, then slipping away. With every easy breath, feel yourself arriving a little more fully. Shoulders softening, jaw loosening, hands resting a little heavier where they lie. Nothing to hold on to, nothing to brace for. The meadow itself feels hidden and protected. Tall grasses form a gentle wall around the clearing, their tips whispering softly as the night air moves through them. Beyond them, the world continues. But here, inside this circle of light, time has slowed down. It moves at the pace of embers and wind and steady breaths. Notice how your body feels in this slower time. The simple weight of you. The contact of fabric on skin. The curve of your back easing into support. Maybe there are places that feel a little tense, a little busy from the day. You do not have to fix them. Just let the warmth of the fire reach them in its own way. Imagine the glow of the fire, gently touching your feet and legs, wrapping them in a soft, moving warmth. Like a blanket made of light and comfort. Nothing harsh, nothing bright. Just enough to remind you that you are safe and that you can rest. The warmth slowly travels up to your hips, your lower back, your stomach. All the places that work so hard to keep you moving through the day. Here, they are invited to relax, to take a break, to be just as quiet as the meadow around you. Up through your chest and shoulders, the sense of warmth and ease continues. Any tightness here can soften the way a knot loosens when a gentle hand rests on it for a while. No rush, no pushing, just time and quiet and safety. Your arms are relaxed, your hands open or loosely resting. They do not need to reach for anything. They do not need to hold anything. All of the tasks they have done today can slide away into the softness of the night. The back of your neck, the muscles along your spine, the small places that hold more than they say. Here, in this hidden meadow, they are allowed to let go, allowed to be as heavy and as quiet as they wish. Even your face can soften a little more. The space around your eyes, your forehead, your cheeks, the small muscles around your mouth. You do not have to smile. You do not have to present anything. You can simply rest in your own natural, peaceful expression. The fire continues its gentle conversation with the night. Sometimes a soft crackle, sometimes only the quiet glow of embers shifting. Each sound is another reminder that something warm is close by, watching over this small circle of safety. Overhead, the sky feels deep and still. The darkness here is not empty. It is full of calm, full of quiet comfort, like a soft, dark blanket wrapped around the meadow and the fire and your resting body. In this moment, nothing is expected of you. You do not have to think ahead. You do not have to look back. The past has already gone. The future has not arrived. All that matters now is this gentle breath, this soft place, this easy night. If thoughts wander in, they can be like small leaves drifting past on a slow stream. Not something you have to chase, not something you have to push away. They can come and go while you stay here with the warmth of the fire and the steady comfort of your body resting. Feel again the support beneath you, how completely it holds you up. You are not falling. You are not floating. You are simply supported just as you are, exactly where you are. Around you, the meadow breathes. The tall grass sways gently. The cool air moves in soft, quiet currents. Everything is unhurried. Everything is at peace. You are part of this peace now. Each breath out can be a tiny release, a small letting go, a soft sigh of the day leaving your body. Each breath in can be a sip of calm, of safety, of warm, easy rest. The night settles a little deeper. The fire glows a little softer. You are wrapped in warmth and darkness and quiet, held by the earth, held by the sky, held by this gentle, hidden meadow. Nothing is missing. Nothing is required. You are here and it is enough. Allow yourself to sink just a little more into the comfort that is already surrounding you, into the soft rhythm of your own breathing, the hush of the night, the tender, steady presence of the campfire close by. All of it joining together to cradle you in deep, quiet rest as the night stretches calmly on and you drift further into softness and silence. Evening is settling in, soft and unhurried, like a gentle hand resting on a busy mind. The day is still somewhere behind, but here, on this quiet path, the noise has already begun to fade. You find yourself walking along a narrow trail, just wide enough for your steady, easy steps. The ground is soft beneath your feet, with a faint, muffled crunch in the earth each time you move forward. The sound is gentle and comforting, like a slow, quiet rhythm keeping time with your breath. Inhale and exhale, step after simple step. Around you, the light is changing. The last golden pieces of the day are gathering on distant hills, clinging to the curves of the land before they slip away. The sky still holds a soft glow, a pale wash of color that melts from warm gold into tender shades of blue. Everything feels slower in this light, as if the world itself is taking a deeper breath. The air has cooled in a pleasant way. You can feel the first brush of night along your skin, a gentle, refreshing touch across your cheeks, along your arms, around your neck. It is not cold, just calm and clear, like the air has been washed clean after a long day. Each breath you draw in feels easy and light, and each breath you let go carries a little more of the day with it. The path curves ahead, winding through tall, shadowy shapes of grass and low bushes. Their outlines are soft in the fading light, edges blurring just a little as twilight gathers. Here and there, a pine branch leans over the trail, and the faint, clean scent of pine needles drifts toward you. It mingles with the earthy smell of the path, a quiet mix of soil, leaves, and wood that feels grounding and safe. With every step, the busy parts of the day feel farther away. Conversations, screens, tasks, decisions. They all begin to drift to the background, like distant echoes you no longer need to follow. Here, on this path, there is only the gentle sound of your footsteps, the soft murmur of the breeze moving through needles and grass, and the calm, steady rhythm of your own breathing. As you walk, the light on the hills grows thinner and more delicate. Golden tones fade into soft amber, then into a gentle, dusky grey. The shapes of the hills remain, but now they are wrapped in a quiet, peaceful shadow, watching over this small path as night slowly arrives. The sky above deepens, colour sliding almost imperceptibly toward a richer blue. The first hints of evening stars, not yet visible, but quietly on their way. A sense of transition moves through the air, as if one world is quietly stepping aside so another can take its place. You feel yourself moving with that change, not rushed, not pushed, simply carried along by the natural slowing of the day. Thoughts that felt sharp before now seem softer at the edges, drifting lazily like small leaves on a still stream. You do not need to sort them or solve them. You simply watch them pass, while your feet keep moving gently forward. The trail narrows just a little, and the grasses on either side rise higher, brushing lightly against your legs as you pass. Their touch is tender and dry, making a faint whispering sound as they bend and sway. Somewhere nearby, a small bird calls once, a soft, simple note, then falls quiet again, as if it too is settling in for the night. Silence does not feel empty here. It feels like a soft blanket being drawn up around the land. You notice the way your shoulders begin to release, dropping a little further away from your ears. The muscles along your neck and back ease, as though they have finally been given permission to rest. Your jaw loosens, your forehead smooths, and your hands, whether at your sides or loosely folded, feel less ready to work and more ready simply to be. The body understands this calm path, this deepening light, and it responds by softening quietly, on its own. The breeze picks up just enough to move a strand of hair, to lift the edge of a sleeve. It carries with it the smell of pine again, a little richer now, mixed with the faint sweetness of dry grass cooling under the darkening sky. Every breath tastes like evening, like the gentle pause between what has already happened and what has not yet begun. You move within that pause, safely held by it. Ahead, the trail bends around a small stand of trees. Their trunks are slim and dark against the dimming sky, their branches reaching upward, cradling the last threads of light in their leaves. As you pass beneath them, the world feels a shade quieter, as though the trees themselves are listening to the soft sounds of your steps. The earth here feels slightly springy, cushioned by old needles and fallen leaves, each step sinking just a little, then rising again. On the other side of the trees, twilight deepens. The brighter gold is gone now from the hills, leaving them calm and shadowed, like gentle guardians resting at the edge of the horizon. The sky holds a quiet velvety blue, not yet night, not quite day, a tender in-between that invites you to slow even more. Instinctively, your pace adjusts, each step just a fraction longer, more deliberate, more at ease. Something in the distance feels inviting. You cannot see it clearly yet, but you sense a softer openness ahead, a place where the path will soon widen and the land will unfold. This gentle curiosity is calm, not urgent. It is the simple, pleasant wondering of what waits just beyond the next curve. The thought of it gives your steps a quiet purpose, like walking toward a warm light you know will be kind when you reach it. The sounds around you grow more subtle, more delicate. The wind through the pines is a low hush, like a soft whisper passing from branch to branch. In the grass, there may be the tiniest movements, a small rustle here, a shift there, as night creatures begin their own slow, careful stirring. None of it feels threatening. Everything belongs, and you are gently part of it. With each breath, your inner world reflects the outer one. Thoughts slow, gaps of stillness appear between them, and in those quiet spaces, you notice how calm you are becoming. There is a simple contentment in just placing one foot in front of the other, in following this narrow trail as it unwinds through the thickening twilight. You neither hurry nor delay. You simply walk, accompanied by the soft rise and fall of your breath. The path straightens a little, and ahead, you see the shapes of trees begin to spread apart. The air feels slightly more open here, with a touch more sky above, a subtle sense of space waiting just beyond. You can feel that you are nearing the edge of something, leaving the close embrace of the trail and approaching a gentler, wider place. Your steps slow even more, as if part of you already knows to enter this next space with quiet care. One more easy curve, and the last of the trees draw back, like curtains parting. You come to a natural pause, standing where the narrow earth path meets the soft edge of an open meadow, still mostly held in shadow, waiting under the deepening blue of twilight. The ground ahead looks smooth and welcoming. The grass is low and calm, forming a secret clearing cradled by the darker silhouettes of trees all around. The air here feels even softer, as though the meadow has its own gentle breath. You stand at this threshold for a moment, not rushing to move forward. Here, between the path and the open field, the separation from your day is complete. Everything that belonged to the hours before has slipped quietly behind you, left along the winding trail, released with each crunch of earth beneath your feet. What remains now is this calm body, this easy breath, this quiet heart, and the peaceful presence of the hidden meadow waiting before you. The light is dim but kind, the air cool and clear against your skin. Your mind is quieter, your body softer, your awareness resting gently here, at the edge of this secret, welcoming space. Whenever you are ready, you may step forward into that softer world, letting the calm of the meadow rise up to meet you. For now, you simply stand here in the twilight, wrapped in stillness, on the very edge of night. The trees grow thinner as you walk, their trunks gently opening into space. The soft path beneath your feet begins to level out, and the air feels a little wider, a little more open. Ahead, the last branches part like a curtain, and beyond them, the hidden meadow reveals itself, quiet, waiting, and softly alive. You take one slow step out of the trees. The ground feels different here, springy and gentle. Waist-high grasses sway in a slow, easy rhythm, brushing lightly against your legs as you move forward. Each blade bends and rises again with the faintest whisper, as if the whole field is breathing with you. The world feels larger in this open space. Above, the sky stretches wide and calm, a deepening blue that is slowly, quietly becoming indigo. The last light of day lingers at the edges, fading without any hurry. Nothing is rushed here. Everything moves at the pace of your own slow breathing. A soft breeze drifts through the meadow, cool and kind, carrying the gentle scent of wild grass and earth. There is a faint sweetness in the air, the almost honey-like smell of wild flowers hidden between the tall blades. It's not strong or sharp, just a tender, comforting note that seems to say, you are in the right place. As you stand there, you notice how the sounds have changed. The distant rustle of the forest is behind you now, held like a memory at your back. Out here, the world is quieter, more open, and each small sound has space to unfold. Somewhere far off, an evening bird sings a slow, simple pattern, rising and falling like a lullaby. You walk a little farther into the meadow, letting the grasses brush against your legs and sides. The touch is light and rhythmic, like the soft stroke of a hand across a blanket. Each step presses gently into the earth, and the ground gives a little under your weight, steady and secure. It feels like the land itself is cradling you with each movement. The sky deepens above you, the blue shifting toward a rich, peaceful indigo. A soft, even glow remains along the horizon, but the light has grown gentler, calmer. As the day slowly lets go, the world seems to quiet along with it. Edges blur, colors soften, and everything begins to settle into a softer hush. In this open space, your breath feels easier. Your shoulders loosen without effort, as if something heavy has slipped away behind you among the trees. Here, nothing is asked of you. You don't have to do anything or be anything other than exactly as you are in this moment. You pause and simply stand in the tall grass. The breeze moves around your body, cool against your skin, then warm again, where your clothes hold the air close. Each breath in fills you with the light scent of grass and earth, clean and quiet. Each breath out feels like a long, gentle sigh, releasing whatever you no longer need to carry. Distant hills shape the edges of the meadow, their gentle curves holding the open field like a soft, sheltering arm. They do not crowd or press in. They just rest there, watching over this hidden place with a quiet, steady presence. It feels as though the meadow is held safely on all sides, tucked away from the busy world beyond. As you look around, you begin to sense something familiar here. Not in any clear memory, but in the way the space greets you. It feels as though this meadow has been waiting, patiently, without hurry, waiting for you to step through the trees and arrive just as you are. The air seems to open for you. The grasses sway toward you, brushing your hands when you let your fingers drift through them. Soft seed heads tickle against your skin, and the texture is silky and dry, like fine threads. Every small touch reminds you that you are welcome here, gently, wordlessly. Another bird calls in the distance, softer now, as evening continues to settle. You may hear the faint hum of an insect, the subtle creak of a branch at the edge of the trees behind you. Each sound is spaced out, with long, restful moments of quiet in between. Nothing interrupts, nothing disturbs. All of it weaves together into a natural, soothing hush. You slowly turn, taking in the wide, open curve of the meadow. The grasses fold and rise in little waves as the breeze passes, like a slow, sleepy ocean of green. Here and there, you notice clusters of wildflowers, small and modest, adding tiny touches of color among the stems. Their scent reaches you only in the gentlest hints, a soft sweetness that feels peaceful and kind. The sky continues its quiet shift, the blue overhead growing deeper and softer. The first faint stars begin to appear above the horizon, shy and distant at first. They do not demand your attention. They simply join the scene, tiny resting points in the wide, darkening sky, adding to the calm that surrounds you. You can already sense where the campfire will be later, though it is not lit yet. Somewhere toward the gentle center of the meadow, there is a natural open space in the grasses. The ground feels a little more level there, a little more ready to hold you. Without needing to think about it, your steps begin to drift in that direction. As you walk, the grasses murmur softly around you. Each movement makes a quiet brushing sound that blends with your breath. Your body falls into an easy rhythm, step and breath, and the slow stir of the breeze. Time feels less important now, as if the evening has stretched a soft blanket across the sky. You reach the open space where the grass gives way to a smoother patch of earth. It feels like a natural clearing, chosen not by effort, but by the gentle shape of the land itself. Here you imagine the warm glow of a small, steady fire later on, sending up a thin ribbon of smoke into the night. For now, it is simply a quiet place to rest. You slowly lower yourself down, choosing a spot that feels right to your body. Maybe you lean back against a small rise in the earth, or sit cross-legged with the ground holding you up from below. The soil is firm, yet cushioned by a thin layer of dry grass and leaves. It supports you fully, without strain, inviting every part of you to let go. Around you, the meadow continues its soft, evening movement. The grasses at the edges of the clearing nod and sway, catching the last traces of light. The air cools just a little more, gently brushing your cheeks and forehead, and then resting still again. You can feel the warmth of your own body gathering under your clothes, a quiet, comforting heat. In this wide, open space, held by distant hills and the slow deepening of the sky, a sense of belonging blooms inside you. Nothing here demands your attention, yet everything accepts you. The meadow does not judge your thoughts or your day. It simply holds you, the way the earth holds the roots of the grasses, steady and sure. Breath by breath, your body settles further. Muscles loosen, thoughts soften, and the edges of your awareness blur in a gentle, pleasant way. You can almost feel the promise of the night ahead, the calm presence of the meadow watching over your rest. The place where the campfire will glow begins to feel like the quiet center of this sanctuary, already warm in your imagination. You let your weight sink a little deeper into the earth, supported from below, wrapped in cool air above. The soft chorus of the evening continues around you, easy and unhurried. Here, in this hidden meadow, you are safe, you are held, and you are home for the night. And the silence between each sound grows softer, longer, and more peaceful. As everything around you settles into quiet, the fire burns low and steady now. Soft light, soft warmth, a steady, quiet glow. You are close to it, close enough to feel the gentle heat on your skin, close enough to hear the small, calm sounds of the flames as they rise and fall. Beneath you, something soft supports your body, a blanket or a sleeping bag smooth under your hands. The fabric is familiar, comforting, holding the shape of your body as it settles. The ground beneath that is steady, cool and solid, taking your weight with ease. For a moment, notice how your body meets the surface beneath you. The places that press down a little more deeply, the places that are light and free, all of it resting, all of it allowed to be just as it is. You adjust a little, making yourself just a bit more comfortable. A small shift of a leg, a gentle slide of the shoulders into a better place. The blanket or bag moves with you, soft and willing, then grows quiet again as you settle. Around you, night has formed a quiet, protective circle. The meadow is dark and peaceful, open and safe. The stars are out of sight now, turned into a soft presence you feel more than see. The world beyond this place feels very far away. Firelight flickers against your closed eyelids. Even with your eyes gently shut, you sense the glow. Warm, golden shades move slowly across the darkness behind your eyes. They come and go like slow, gentle waves. As the light moves, your mind moves with it. Nothing fast, nothing you have to follow. Just the slow, changing patterns of warmth and shade, rising and fading again and again. Your breathing, too, has its own easy pattern. A soft breath in, a slow breath out. Without effort, without needing to be any different from what it already is. Each exhale feels a little like sinking into the blanket, sinking into the quiet, sinking into the safe circle of this night. Your body understands how to soften here. The heat of the fire reaches you in gentle waves. It touches your face, your chest, maybe the tops of your hands. Every place it touches seems to loosen a little more. The muscles along your neck grow long and relaxed. The skin of your forehead feels smooth and calm. Around the eyes, everything unknots, everything lets go. Your jaw is easy and unhurried, no rush to hold on to anything. Shoulders grow heavier, as if they are quietly melting into the support beneath them. The area between your shoulder blades widens and releases like a slow, deep sigh. Arms grow warm and quiet, resting in whatever place feels most natural. Hands soften, fingers gently curved, not needing to hold or do. The rise and fall of the flames keeps time with your own slow rhythm. Crackles here and there, soft and distant, almost like a whisper. The smell of wood smoke hangs in the air, calm and familiar. It wraps around the moment like a soft, worn blanket. Down through your chest, everything is unhurried. Your ribcage moves in an easy, quiet way with each breath. The steady beat deep inside you feels calm and sure. You are supported from beneath and held from within. Your back rests more deeply now. Each place that touches the ground becomes broader, heavier, more settled. The gentle give of the earth meets your weight with quiet strength. There is nothing it asks of you. It simply holds you. Your hips let go of small efforts you did not know they were making. They settle, balanced and at ease. Thighs soften, the length of each leg resting into the soft layers beneath. The blanket or bag shapes itself around you, keeping the warmth close. Knees, calves, shins, all of them growing heavier, quieter, more distant from the busy world. Ankle joints feel loose and free, released from the work of the day. Feet relax fully, toes no longer gripping or pressing, simply at rest. From hips to heels, a wave of heaviness spreads, slow and gentle. The whole body begins to feel like it is belonging to the ground. Not pinned, not trapped, just comfortably joined to the earth, as if it is the most natural place to be. The earth breathes its cool, deep peace up into you. The fire breathes its warm, soft glow down around you. In this small space between heat and coolness, you are perfectly placed, wrapped in your blanket of fabric at night, wrapped in the slow-moving light of the flames, wrapped in your own steady breathing. Thoughts that drift through your mind are like small sparks rising from the fire. They appear for a moment, then float away into the darkness. You do not have to follow them. You can just watch them fade, one by one, until only the quiet remains. Each time you notice your breathing, it seems slower, softer than before. The air comes in, fills, then leaves with a gentle hush. With every breath out, the body feels a little heavier, a little more relaxed, a little more at ease with simply lying here. The night around you holds nothing sharp, nothing urgent, just the low song of the fire, the deep, steady presence of the ground, the soft cradle of the air against your skin. Firelight still plays behind your closed eyelids, but even that feels slower now. The golden patterns stretch into longer, lazier shapes. They fade into darkness and then return, like the soft rhythm of waves on a shore. You float in that rhythm, carried and supported. Time has grown wide and open. There is nowhere else to be, nothing else to do. Each passing moment feels like a gentle hand resting on your shoulder, reassuring, calm. Your whole body is resting now. From the crown of your head to the tips of your toes, there is a sense of warmth and weight, a sense of being safely anchored and gently drifting at the same time. You are completely allowed to let go into this feeling. The outside world feels far beyond the trees that ring this hidden meadow. All its sounds and demands have been left behind. Here, in the soft light of the fire, only this quiet matters. Only this warmth, this breath, this ease. As you lie here, wrapped and held, you might notice a sense of being quietly cared for. By the fire, by the earth, by the night around you. Everything in this place is gently leaning in your favor. Everything is inviting you to rest. The flames flicker and dance in their own slow way. You do not need to watch them now. You feel them instead, like a calm presence nearby. A friend keeping watch while you drift deeper into stillness. Breath by breath, the body settles even more. The mind grows softer at the edges. Thoughts blur into feelings. Feelings blur into a deep, quiet comfort. Here, on this soft bed close to the steady glow, you are safe to sink as deeply as you wish. Safe to float on the slow waves of your own breathing. Safe to let the heaviness spread through every limb, every muscle, every small corner of you. The circle of firelight is your own small world for now. Warm, gentle, and calm. It holds you as you grow quieter and quieter, drifting in the hush of the night, resting in the soft golden glow. Night has settled fully around the meadow now, soft and complete. The fire glows in its quiet circle of light, and beyond it, the world has grown dim and gentle. Here, in this stillness, another kind of life begins to speak. Not loud, not sharp, but soft and steady. The sounds of the night slowly rising around the campfire. First, notice the crickets. Their chorus is already there, woven into the background, a light, steady rhythm. Each chirp is small and simple, but together they form a calm, unbroken pattern. Like a slow, steady heartbeat of the meadow, they keep time with the night. Listen to how their song never rushes. It does not demand attention. It simply continues, patient and even, like gentle breathing in the dark. You might sense your own breath beginning to match that rhythm, slow and regular, easy and unforced. In some places, the chirping is close, almost at your feet in the grass. In other places, it feels far away, thinner, softer, like a faint echo drifting across the open field. The sounds overlap and blend, near and far, until it becomes one smooth, comforting layer of sound that holds the night together. As you rest here by the fire, the cricket's song feels familiar, even if you have not heard it in a long time. There is something honest and simple about it. They sing because night has come, and that is all. In that steady chorus, everything feels in its right place. From time to time, another sound rises above the crickets, slow and thoughtful. Far in the distance, an owl calls out into the dark. A low, rounded hoot, then a pause, and then another. Each call drifts across the meadow like a slow, gentle question. The owl's voice is unhurried, as if the night itself is speaking in long, calm breaths. You can almost feel the space between each call, wide and quiet, giving your mind room to rest. Nothing rushes to answer. The sound simply appears, and then fades back into the darkness. When the owl grows silent for a while, you may find yourself waiting, listening for the next soft note to rise. When it finally comes, it feels like an old friend, checking in from far away, reminding you that you are not alone in this quiet place. Somewhere out there, in the trees beyond the meadow, life is awake and peaceful, moving slowly through the darkness. Now listen to the leaves around the edge of the clearing. The breeze has become very gentle, almost shy. It slips through the branches in soft, easy movements, hardly more than a whisper. The leaves answer with a faint rustle, like fabric brushed lightly together. The sound of the wind in the leaves is not sharp or harsh. It has a round softness, a flowing hush, like a quiet shiver of air. Sometimes it builds just a little, enough to stir the taller grasses at the edge of the meadow. They respond with a dry, swaying whisper that blends with the trees, a low, soothing sigh across the ground. Between the breath of the wind and the steady chirp of the crickets, the night feels alive, but never crowded. Everything has its own place, its own timing. No sound is trying to be bigger than another. They all share the same gentle space side by side, at ease. If you listen closely, beneath the clearer sounds, there is something softer still. At the far edge of the meadow, past the ring of trees, water is moving over stone. A small creek or stream makes its way through the dark, always flowing, always patient. The sound is quiet and low, a soft, constant murmur, not rushing, just a light, flowing hush, like a calm voice speaking in a language you do not need to understand. You hear the tiny changes in pitch as the water moves over rocks and around bends, rising just a little, then settling again. It feels like a promise that time is moving gently forward, that everything is quietly continuing just as it should. Together, these sounds begin to layer themselves around the campfire. The crickets with their steady rhythm, the owl calling every now and then slow and deep, the leaves and grasses brushing together in the faint breeze, the creek whispering over stones in the background. Notice how they all fit with the soft crackle of the fire. The fire pops now and then, small sparks settling back into the glowing embers. Its gentle sound rises and falls like a quiet conversation, warm and close. All the other sounds gather around it, as if they too are sitting at the edge of the light. After a while, you no longer hear each sound as something separate. They begin to melt into one another, like colors blending in the dark. Crickets and creek, wind and distant owl, fire and rustling grass. All of it merges into one wide, comforting field of sound. Within that soft field, individual noises no longer need your full attention. They are simply there, steady and kind, holding the space around you. The night symphony becomes a gentle blanket for the mind, smoothing the edges of thoughts, rounding them, slowing them. You may notice that as you listen, your thoughts themselves become quieter, softer, more distant. Here, nothing startles. Nothing asks for quick answers or sharp focus. The night speaks in slow, repeating patterns, and the body understands. Muscles loosen, breath deepens, and the small concerns of the day drift farther away, carried off by the same quiet breeze that stirs the trees. If the owl calls again, its voice now feels like part of a lullaby. Not a warning, not a cry, just a gentle note in a long, calming song. Its echo glides over the meadow, then fades into the sound of the crickets and the creek, leaving behind a deeper sense of peace. Everything that rises falls again, returning to stillness. The crickets continue their steady rhythm, as if they could play all night without tiring. Their tiny voices form a soft, repeating pattern that asks nothing of you. You do not need to follow it, or count it, or understand it. You can simply rest inside it, as if their song were a cradle, rocking the mind in slow, even swings. The creek keeps its low murmur, always the same, always gentle. Its flowing sound encourages your own thoughts to move the same way, to slide past instead of sticking. Each little worry can drift along like a leaf on that water, carried smoothly away, growing quieter and smaller until it disappears around some unseen bend. The breeze moves less now, as if the night itself is growing drowsy. When it does pass through the leaves, the sound is even softer, a faint brush, a tender hush. It feels like a hand smoothing a blanket, tucking the meadow in under the stars. Everything settles just a little more deeply into rest. Closer to the fire, there is a pocket of warmth and safety. The soft crackle of the flames, the glow on the ground, the solid earth beneath. All around it, the circle of night sounds rocks gently back and forth, like a slow tide. Together, they form a quiet shelter made of sound and warmth and darkness. In this moment, the night does not feel empty. It feels full and kind, filled with the easy presence of all these small lives moving softly in the dark. Their voices surround you the way a calm sea surrounds a small, steady boat. Held by these sounds, the mind can finally rest, knowing it is part of something gentle and vast. Now the rhythm of the crickets, the distant owl, the whispering leaves, the murmuring creek, and the quiet fire all blend into one slow, soothing lullaby. Each breath rises and falls inside that lullaby. Each small sound rocks you a little deeper into ease, into softness, into quiet. The night continues its calm song around the meadow, patient and unbroken. And you can simply lie here in its care, wrapped in the tender, steady music of the dark, drifting, slowly, peacefully, towards sleep. The fire burns low and easy now. The meadow has grown quieter, softer as the evening has deepened. Above the slow, steady glow of the flames, the sky is opening. It is wide and calm and waiting. The last colors of the day are fading at the edges of the horizon, like a gentle breath letting go. For a moment, the sky is a deep, dusky blue, neither day nor night. Shapes around the campfire are still outlined, but their details are melting into shadow. The air feels cooler on the skin, and every sound seems a little more hushed. Crickets sing in an easy rhythm. and the small pops from the fire rise up, then fall again into quiet. As the light drains slowly from the horizon, one point of brightness appears high above, just a single evening star, clear and steady. It hangs there, alone for now, like a small promise that the night is truly coming. Eyes rest on it without effort, drawn to that quiet, unwavering glow. The longer it is watched, the calmer everything feels. Thoughts slow down to match its stillness. There is no hurry in that star, no worry, no rush, just simple, silent shining. Around it, the sky continues to darken. The last streaks of color on the horizon fade from soft gold to gray, then to the velvety blue of night. Trees around the meadow turn to gentle silhouettes, their branches reaching up like dark, peaceful shapes against the widening sky. With each passing breath, more stars appear. First, just 2 or 3, shy and faint. Then, a cluster here, another small scattering there. Each one arrives slowly, like someone stepping quietly into a room where others are already resting. The firelight flickers underneath this growing canopy. Its warm orange glow dances on the grass and the trunks of the nearby trees, while up above, the stars remain perfectly still. Fire and sky, moving and unmoving, sharing the same quiet night. The soft crackle below and the vast, unbroken silence above. As the eyes travel upward, the shape of the night deepens. More and more stars sprinkle themselves across the darkness, like tiny grains of silver. Some are bright and clear, like pinpricks in a dark cloth. Others are softer, barely there, revealed only when the gaze lingers and softens. It feels natural to trace little paths between them, to notice one bright point, then another, and draw an invisible line in the mind between the two. From there, the line drifts to a third star, then a fourth, making gentle shapes in the sky. Not fixed patterns, just easy, flowing connections, the way the mind drifts from one calm thought to the next. In one part of the sky, a curve of stars might look like a quiet smile. In another, a longer line could feel like an arrow pointing toward the horizon, where the last hint of daylight has disappeared. These shapes are soft, changing, never quite finished. They are simply a way for the mind to wander slowly, peacefully, among the lights above. As the darkness deepens fully, a pale, misty band begins to show itself. At first, it is just a gentle brightening, a hazy path across the sky. Then, as the eyes adjust, it grows clearer. A soft river of light, stretching from one side of the night to the other. This is the Milky Way, flowing quietly over the meadow. Not loud, not sharp, just a delicate, powdery glow. Countless tiny stars, so close together, they blur into a single, shimmering band. It arches above like a tender bridge, joining one horizon to the other in complete, effortless stillness. Lying here by the fire, the body can relax into the grass or the soft bedding beneath. The warmth of the flames brushes one side, while the coolness of the night air kisses the other. Breathing falls into a slow, even rhythm, matching the unhurried sweep of that starry river above. The more attention rests on the sky, the more it seems to open. It becomes deeper, wider, but somehow also kinder. Instead of feeling far away, the stars feel close, like quiet companions. They have been here for such a long time, shining over countless nights, watching over countless quiet places like this. A gentle sense of smallness begins to arise, but it is not frightening. It is peaceful. Here, under this vast roof of starlight. Being small means being held. There is nothing to carry alone, nothing that needs to be controlled. The sky simply is, and in this moment, that is enough. The mind can let itself drift upward, as if resting in that wide space. Thoughts that felt heavy in the light of day now seem distant, like tiny pebbles at the bottom of a deep, clear lake. They are still there, but they no longer tug or pull. Above them, calm stretches in every direction. Once more, attention traces gentle patterns between the stars. A line from one bright point to another, then to a dim one nearby. These quiet constellations are made in the moment, and they do not need to mean anything. They simply give the mind something light and easy to follow, like tracing a finger through soft sand. The fire continues its soft song, rising and falling below. Its glow makes a small circle of warmth in the meadow. Beyond that circle, the darkness thickens, but it is a friendly darkness, full of resting leaves and sleeping grasses, all under the same patient sky. Every so often, the flames flutter higher, throwing a brief flash of light upward. For just a second, the nearest branches and leaves are lit with a warm glow, and then they sink back into shadow. Behind them, the stars never move, never flicker. They stay steady and distant, like a calm, slow heartbeat of the night. There is a deep comfort in this difference. The fire changes, the light shifts, the smoke curls and fades, but the sky holds steady, like a quiet promise that some things are always here, always constant, always watching gently from above. Breathing in, there is the faint scent of wood smoke and cool earth. Breathing out, the body settles a little more, sinking deeper into rest. With each breath, the sense of being held between fire and stars grows stronger. Warmth below, infinity above, and somewhere in the middle, a quiet, resting self. The eyes might close for a moment, then open again to the same spread of stars. Nothing has changed. They are still there, soft and patient, waiting. They do not demand attention. They simply offer it, a calm, endless backdrop for whatever feelings arise and then gently pass. That pale river of the Milky Way seems to glow more softly now, as if it too is beginning to drift toward sleep. Its light no longer calls for focus. It just washes gently across the sky. The shapes traced between stars blur at the edges, becoming less clear, less important. What remains is just a sense of wide, open space, and of being safe within it. Here, in this hidden meadow, under this quiet sky, everything feels slow and timeless. Nothing needs to be fixed or figured out. The night does not ask for anything. It simply invites rest and soft, drifting attention. The stars above feel like watchful, gentle eyes, full of calm and care. They look down on the small circle of firelight and on the figure resting beside it. They have seen many nights like this, and many dreams born from their soft glow. Tonight, they seem to lean in a little closer, wrapping the meadow in their silver, silent presence. Awareness can grow softer now, like a flame easing into embers. The lines between stars loosen, fade, and dissolve into a peaceful blur. The body is warm and safe by the fire. The mind is light and open beneath the sky. In this quiet, under this far and gentle starlight, it is easy to drift, to let thoughts thin out and feelings smooth into simple calm. The fire will keep its slow, steady glow. The stars will keep their timeless watch, high and unhurried overhead. And somewhere between the warmth below and the endless softness above, sleep begins to rise, gentle as starlight, ready to carry everything into deep, quiet dreaming. The night has grown deeper and softer. The sky above feels quieter now, and the sounds of the world have settled into a slow, easy rhythm. The campfire in front of you is changing. What was once tall and lively has become smaller, gentler. Flames no longer leap and dance. They curl low around the logs, moving in slow, thoughtful waves. The wood has darkened, charred black on the outside, but beneath that dark shell, a deep, steady glow shines through. Reds and oranges sit quietly together, like a calm heartbeat under the surface. A log gives a small sigh as it shifts and collapses in on itself. It happens so slowly, so softly, that it feels almost like the fire is exhaling. A few sparks rise, drift upward, then fade before they reach the night. Nothing is rushed here. Everything takes its time. You can feel the warmth, gentle on your skin. Not hot, not intense. Just a calm, even heat that seems to reach out in a quiet embrace. It wraps around you without asking for attention. It's simply there, steady and kind. The shapes in the fire are softer now. No sharp tongues of flame, no bright flashes. Only a low bed of embers, resting close together. They glow like tiny islands of light, floating in a sea of deep, velvety shadow. As you watch, the colors shift and breathe. A patch of coals will brighten for a moment, glowing almost golden. Then they relax again, sinking back into a darker red. It feels like watching a slow, peaceful pulse. Each small crackle is quieter than before. A faint pop here, a tiny sigh there. The sounds are delicate, gentle, like whispers that drift through the still air. Notice how your own breathing seems to match this slower rhythm. In and out, easy and unforced. As the fire calms, your body follows. Muscles loosen without effort. Thoughts soften at the edges. Another charred log folds inward and settles. The movement is unhurried. A soft crumble, a muted fall. Glowing pieces roll closer together, gathering the heat into one quiet, shining center. The embers at the heart of the fire look almost alive. They throb faintly, brightening, then dimming, then brightening again. Not in a hurry, just a slow, steady beat of light and warmth. Here, close to the fire, the air is cozy and mild. Farther out, the night feels cooler. But right where you are, everything is balanced. Warmth on the front of your body. Cool, gentle night air on your back. The contrast is soothing, like a soft blanket and a cool pillow. The world beyond the circle of light feels far away now. Trees, grass, sky, all fading into comfortable darkness. What remains clear and present is this small bed of glowing coals, this simple, quiet warmth. Listen to how quiet it is between the tiny crackles. Long stretches of stillness. The kind of silence that doesn't feel empty, but full. Full of peace, of calm, of time that asks nothing of you. In this moment, the fire feels like a mirror of the calm inside you. Soft, glowing, unhurried. Nothing to prove, nothing to do. Just gentle warmth, resting in place. A few faint flames still move at the edges, low and thin. They curl lazily around the remaining pieces of wood. They no longer reach up high. They simply lie close, like a final, quiet embrace around the embers. Occasionally, a tiny spark lifts away from the coals. It rises slow and graceful into the night air. For a heartbeat, it shines alone. Then it fades, leaving only the memory of its soft, brief glow. Thoughts can drift the same way, appearing for a moment, rising gently, then dissolving into the dark, open sky of your mind. No need to follow them. No need to hold them. They simply come and go, as easy as those little sparks. The longer you sit with this fire, the more you feel its steady, quiet presence. It doesn't push or pull. It just exists, warm and calm. And in that calm, you are allowed to rest. Let your gaze soften on the embers. You don't have to look at any one place. Just take in the glow as a whole. Patches of deeper red, soft orange edges, small lines of light tracing the cracks in the wood. Every now and then, one coal brightens as a thin layer breaks away. It glows fiercely for a second, then settles back, dimmer, but still warm. Even in that tiny flicker, there is no rush, only the natural slowing of things easing towards stillness. Feel how the warmth seeps gently through your body. It sinks into your hands, your arms, your legs. It rests in your chest, soft and steady. Like the heat has a quiet mind of its own, and all it wants is to help you soften and unwind. The night around you is deep and supportive. It holds the small glowing fire in a wide cradle of darkness. Above, the sky is vast and quiet. Below, the earth is solid and sure. You are held between them, warm and safe. As the flames shrink away, the glow of the embers becomes clearer. They look like a tiny city of light, each coal a small shining home. Close together, sharing warmth, sharing rest. Your own inner space begins to feel like that too. Little islands of comfort scattered through your mind and body. They glow softly, asking for nothing, offering only ease. Breath by breath, everything grows slower. The crackles grow fewer and farther apart. The movements of the fire become almost still. Only the gentle pulsing of red and orange remains. A calm, steady heartbeat of light. If any last bits of the day linger in your mind, they can melt here, in this warmth. They cool down and fade, like the blackened edges of the logs. What is left is simple and quiet. Just the feeling of being here, in this soft glow, with nothing to carry. The fire no longer shines bright into the meadow. It glows low and close, a private, comforting presence. More hush than flame, more warmth than light. Night air brushes lightly across your face. The warmth from the embers wraps around you, cool and warm together, in perfect balance. Your body understands this language of comfort. It responds by loosening, slowing, drifting. The bed of coals rests deeply now. They are not finished, but they are peaceful. No more rush of burning. Only the slow sharing of their last, gentle heat with the quiet world around them. You can stay right here in this feeling, cradled by the night, held by the earth, softly warmed by the low, steady fire. Breath moves in, breath moves out. The embers glow. They brighten, then soften, then brighten again. A calm, endless rhythm, lulling everything toward silence. In this soft, fading light, thoughts grow dim and far away. Only a sense of ease remains, only the quiet comfort of warmth and rest. The campfire settles a little more, curling into itself. Glowing low, glowing sure. Its gentle presence watches over the night, while you drift, slowly, peacefully, into deeper and deeper calm. Night has settled all around. The fire is low and steady now, its glow soft and calm, and the air has changed in a quiet, gentle way. Cooler now, softer now. The warmth of the day has slipped away, and the night has wrapped itself around this hidden meadow. Feel the air resting on your skin, cool but kind. It touches the cheeks, the forehead, the bridge of the nose. It brushes the backs of the hands, the fingers, the edges of the ears like a slow, easy whisper. Closer to the fire, the warmth still lingers. The front of the body feels it first. A slow heat on the face, a gentle glow on the chest, a calm comfort in the hands and knees. Behind that, all around that, the cool night air is like a soft river flowing over skin. Notice that meeting place, where warm and cool touch each other, where the heat from the fire fades into the soft, cool night. A mild, silky line that moves and changes with each small shift, with each quiet breath. The air moves in slow waves. A light breeze passes over the meadow, then rests, then passes again. When it moves, it feels like a gentle hand smoothing everything down, helping the body settle deeper into the ground, deeper into stillness. Around the nose and lips, the air feels fresher. Each inhale brings the coolness inside, soft and smooth, sliding down the throat, spreading through the chest. Each exhale flows back out as a warm cloud, brushing the upper lip, touching the skin with a faint, gentle warmth, before disappearing into the night. There is a tender rhythm here. Cool in, warm out. Cool in, warm out. The body and the night trading comfort with each breath. The sense of this place ride on that air. The faint, smoky sweetness from the fire. Not strong, not sharp. Just a thin, drifting veil of wood smoke, like a memory of the flames that once burned brighter. Beneath that, a deeper note of earth. Damp soil, quiet roots, the dark richness of the ground that holds you. It has a calm, steady smell, like something old and wise and patient. Further away, the coolness of distant pine reaches through the dark. Clean, green, and soft. It feels like standing at the edge of a forest, even here in this open meadow, the trees keeping a quiet watch all around. All of these scents mix together in the air, smoke, earth, pine. They drift in and out, sometimes stronger, sometimes lighter, always gentle, always slow. As the awareness rests on these soft details, the body begins to feel more and more at ease. The edges of each limb, the outline of shoulders and legs and arms, they start to blur a little, soften a little, as if the air itself is smoothing those edges away. Notice where skin meets night, along the forearms resting by your sides, along the shins and ankles where the air is its coolest, along the back of the neck, the sides of the face, the curve of the jaw. At first, the body might feel separate from the air, me, and the night around me. But slowly, gently, that sense begins to melt. The air is so close, so soft, that it feels less like something outside and more like a quiet, kind presence wrapping you up. The night air is like a blanket, light and fine, settling over every part of you. It tucks itself into every tiny space, behind the knees, between the fingers, across the eyelids, over the lips, along the line of the ribs where the breath rises and falls. Let the air trace these outlines. It knows just how to move. When the breath deepens, it grows cooler on the in-breath, calmer on the out-breath. When the breath slows, the air seems to slow with it, drifting more gently, touching you more kindly. Coolness rests across the back of the hands. There is warmth on the palms that face the fire, the backs turned to the night. Each side tells a different story, one of glowing heat, one of quiet cool, both held together by the easy, steady pulse of the heartbeat somewhere deep within. The cheeks feel both at once. One side turns slightly closer to the fire, held in a soft glow. The other side open to the night, cooled by the breeze. The forehead rests between them, a peaceful middle place, soothed by both warm and cool at the same time. Every tiny movement of air is slow and kind. A faint swirl across the eyebrows, smoothing away any last bits of effort from the day. A feather-light touch over the closed eyes, gentle and protective. A soft drift along the lips, reminding them they can stay slack and loose and peaceful. As the attention follows these small sensations, something inside begins to loosen. The sense of me stopping sharply at the skin begins to fade. The body feels less like a solid shape, more like a soft glow of warmth at the center, with cool air moving easily around and through it. Feel how the ground holds you from below, steady, supportive, unmoving, and how the air, in contrast, is always moving, always flowing, always wrapping and unwrapping and wrapping again. Between ground and air, you rest, cradled. The weight of the body feels lighter here, as if the night itself is helping to hold it up. As if the cool air has slipped under the shoulders, beneath the knees, under the curve of the back, lifting just enough to ease every point of pressure. The warmth from the fire no longer feels like a hot point. It is softened, spreading inward, sinking deeper into the core. A slow, steady heat in the center of the chest. A calm ember glowing in the belly. A sense that even as the air grows cooler, that inner warmth is safe, steady, and strong. Around that inner warmth, the rest of you feels almost weightless. The edges of the body drift outward into the night. Arms and legs feel softer, looser, easier. The line where skin ends and air begins is no longer clear. Everything just blends gently together. It is as if you are floating on the night itself. The cool air is like quiet water, holding you up. The stars above feel close, yet soft and far enough away to be only a calming presence, not a thought that needs words. Each breath carries you a little deeper into this floating stillness. Inhale cool air flowing over skin, slipping gently inside. Exhale, warmth moving out, relaxing the body even more. The rhythm is unhurried, steady, and so very calm. The breeze moves across the meadow again, a little wave of coolness brushing the ankles, the sides of the legs, the fingertips resting by your sides. It feels like the night is tucking you in, smoothing the edges of a blanket, making sure every part of you is covered in its soft, quiet care. Nothing is asking anything of you here. The air simply wraps around you. The ground simply holds you. The fire simply warms you. There is nothing to do and nowhere to go. The body can rest. The thoughts can drift. Warmth at the center. Cool night all around. Gently, quietly, everything settles. A little more, and a little more, into a peaceful, weightless ease, floating on the calm, kind air of the night. The night has grown even softer now. The campfire has settled into a gentle, steady glow, a warm, breathing heart of light in the quiet dark. Around it, the meadow rests. Tall grass leans and sways with the faintest touch of air, like a slow, sleepy tide moving in and out. Every sound is hushed and low. Every movement is easy. Your body knows this softness. It feels the safety of solid ground beneath you, steady and unmoving, holding your weight without effort. The earth simply supports you, as if it has been waiting all along for you to lie back and be carried. The fire crackles softly, then quiets, then crackles again. A a slow, familiar rhythm. It rises and falls like a lullaby made of tiny sounds, little sparks of comfort that come and go on their own. Above, the sky is wide and deep and calm. Stars rest there like quiet thoughts that don't need to be understood. Nothing asks anything of you here. You are already enough, just breathing, just being, in this hidden meadow. Notice the way the air feels against your skin. Cool and gentle, it brushes past your face, your hands, whatever is uncovered. The warmth of the fire meets the cool night air, and you are right in the middle, wrapped in a perfect balance of comfort. The grass nearby whispers softly as it moves. Each blade sways, leans, and slowly returns, like waves rolling in slow motion. That same slow, rocking motion seems to reach you too. A feeling of being lightly rocked, lightly cradled by the night itself. Your breath falls into this rhythm without you trying. An easy inhale, and a long, unhurried exhale. Rising and falling, like the grass, like the soft glow of the fire, like a small boat drifting on a quiet, sheltered water. You might picture yourself lying back fully now, shoulders sinking, spine resting, legs and arms comfortably relaxed. The ground is solid, but the feeling is almost as if you are floating. Safe, supported, drifting without moving at all. Thoughts may come, as they always do. Tiny sparks of ideas, memories, or images. Here, they are like fireflies at the edge of the meadow. Drifting in, glowing softly for a moment, then drifting away into the dark. You don't have to catch them. You don't have to follow them. They can simply appear and disappear, gentle and harmless, while you remain here. Quiet, resting, at ease. The more you relax, the slower everything seems to move. Even the night feels unhurried. Time stretches out like the sky above the trees, wide and open and kind. There is nothing to reach for, nothing to fix, only this slow, peaceful drifting. Imagine the tall grass around you as a calm, green ocean. You are lying in the middle of it, carried by its soft sway. When the wind passes, the grass leans away, then leans back, as if rocking you in its arms. Back and forth, so gentle you hardly notice until you realize how calm you feel. The campfire is your small, steady sun in this nighttime world. Its warmth spreads out in a soft circle, reaching your feet, your legs, your chest. You might feel as though the warmth is sinking through your skin, into your muscles, into your bones, filling you with a lazy, pleasant heaviness. That heaviness is welcome here. Heavy limbs, heavy eyelids, a heavy, satisfied stillness all through you. It is the kind of heaviness that does not weigh you down, but anchors you in comfort. Held close by the earth, by the night, by the quiet. Every so often, a tiny sound rises from the fire, a pop, a sigh, a small shift of embers. Each sound is like a little reminder that everything around you is calm and alive, moving in its own slow way. You don't need to pay attention to each one. They are just gentle notes in the background of your rest. If a breeze travels over the meadow, you may sense how it passes first through the distant grass, then closer, then around you, and then away again. It is like a soft hand smoothing the surface of a quiet lake, leaving only peaceful ripples behind. Those ripples may flow through your thoughts, through your body, and then fade away. Your mind is beginning to feel hazy at the edges now, not sharp, not busy, more like the soft glow of embers, warm and dim and glowing quietly for themselves. Perhaps a small daydream begins on its own. You might see a tiny scene in your imagination, a path through the meadow in morning light, or a small animal curled up in its burrow nearby, or just the slow swaying grass moving in a rhythm that soothes you deeper and deeper. The scene doesn't have to stay. It can change or drift off or fade completely. All that matters is this easy, drifting feeling. Thoughts and pictures rising and falling, like the flames, like the fireflies, like your breath. If another thought tries to pull you somewhere else, you can let it soften. See it become smaller, dimmer, like a firefly that has flown just a bit too far to see clearly. Then bring your attention back to something simple and kind. The feeling of the ground, the warmth of the fire, the slow rocking sway of the night around you. The more you rest here, the more the edges of things blur. The line between your body and the meadow becomes softer. You and the grass and the air and the warm light of the fire all seem to move together, as if breathing in one long, calm breath. In this softness, even the stars feel closer. They seem to hang right above the meadow, quiet and patient, keeping gentle company without asking to be seen. If your eyes are closed, you might sense their presence anyway. A wide, peaceful ceiling of night watching over you. Your body knows what to do. It knows how to drift towards sleep, how to sink down into deeper rest. You don't have to guide it. You only need to allow this ease to keep spreading, like warmth moving slowly through every part of you. Notice how your thoughts may now come as half-formed words, half-faded pictures, soft and incomplete. They do not need to make sense. They are simply passing shapes in the dark, rising up and dissolving again, leaving you more and more relaxed each time they fade. Here, on this quiet night, in this hidden meadow, you are carried by the steady earth, which never moves beneath you, carried by the slow waves of grass swaying around you, carried by the gentle pull of sleep, drawing you toward deeper and deeper calm. Breath by breath, everything grows slower. The fire burns lower, but stays warm. The sounds grow softer. Your body grows heavier and more peaceful, as if melting into the ground that holds you. Nothing is urgent here. Nothing is missing. You are simply resting in the center of a quiet, kind world, with all of nature leaning in close to keep you safe and warm. If sleep wants to come, you can let it come the way the night came over the meadow. Slowly, quietly, without any effort at all. Just like the grass, just like the embers, just like the drifting fireflies, you can let yourself float on this softness, rocked by the hush of the meadow, warmed by the last gentle glow of the campfire. Thoughts loosening, then loosening more, until they are only distant sparks in the dark, fading into the wide, peaceful quiet all around. Night has settled fully around the hidden meadow now. The air is quiet and soft, like a warm blanket laid gently over the earth. The last colors of sunset are long gone, and the sky has become a deep, velvety dark. Everything here is unhurried, peaceful and still. The trees stand in a wide circle, steady and patient. Their trunks are dark against the sky, their branches holding the quiet like cupped hands. They do not move much now, just a slow, almost secret sway when the faintest breeze passes through. It is as if they are keeping watch over this small, sheltered place, calm and unwavering. Near you, the campfire has burned low. The bright flames have faded, leaving only soft, glowing embers. They pulse gently in the shadows, deep orange and red, like tiny, sleepy hearts of warmth. Every now and then, one of them gives a faint little crackle, then settles again into silence. The warmth from the embers reaches out in a quiet, steady way. Not hot, not fierce, just a gentle, comforting heat that lingers in the cool night air. It feels safe, familiar, and kind, like a hand resting lightly over your own. This small circle of warmth is yours, and it asks nothing of you at all. Above, the sky stretches wide and endless. Stars are scattered across it like distant, patient lights. They do not flicker urgently. They shine with a calm, steady glow. They feel almost like lanterns hung high overhead, watching softly from far away. Everything around you is keeping a gentle watch. The trees tall and quiet, the embers glowing low and slow, the stars far above, breathing out a cool silver peace. Nothing here is in a hurry. Nothing needs you to be awake or alert or ready for anything. In this meadow, in this moment, the world is complete just as it is. You are allowed to rest, completely and without effort. Notice how the ground holds you. The earth beneath you is solid, steady, and unchanging. Your weight is welcomed, supported, and cradled from below. You do not have to hold yourself up. The land is quietly doing that for you. The night air is cool on your skin, but not unfriendly. It moves slowly, touching your face, your hands, your body, and then moving on. Each breath you take in is calm and easy, without needing to be controlled. The air comes and goes on its own, like a tide you can trust. Some small sounds drift through the dark, soft and far away. A whisper of leaves as they brush together. A faint rustle in the grass, harmless and slow. Perhaps the quiet call of a night bird, already half wrapped in its own sleep. Every sound belongs to the stillness. Each one rises and then melts back into the silence around it. Nothing breaks the peace of the meadow. Nothing disturbs its gentle watch. Everything supports this feeling of ease, of deep, quiet safety. If any small piece of wakefulness still lingers in your mind, it is welcome to slow down here. Thoughts can drift like smoke rising from the last embers. They curl upward for a moment, pale and light, and then disappear into the cool night sky. You do not need to follow them. They know how to drift away on their own. The trees keep standing, calm and steady. They have seen so many nights, so many quiet hours just like this one. They are not concerned with time or worries or plans. They simply remain, tall and strong, gently surrounding this little clearing with their patient presence. The embers glow, then soften, then glow again. Their light is small now, but steady and devoted. Each tiny coal is like a guardian of warmth, holding the last comfort of the fire for you. They will stay until they are ready to sleep too, slowly, peacefully, with no sudden end. Up above, the stars continue their silent watching. They have been shining since long before this night began. They will go on shining long after you have drifted into deep, unbroken rest. You are held under their quiet, endless patience. Nothing is asked of you here. You do not need to think ahead. You do not need to solve anything. You do not need to remember or plan or decide. Here, it is safe to let go of all of that. You can set down every tiny burden, like placing small stones gently on the ground. One by one, anything that feels heavy can be allowed to rest. The meadow will hold it all for now, so you do not have to. As your body softens, the night wraps around you with a deeper kindness. Muscles loosen without effort, like knots untying themselves. Your jaw unclenches, your shoulders slide down, your hands grow still. The weight of your body becomes easier, more relaxed, fully supported by the ground. Breath moves in and then out, slow and quiet now, without needing to be watched. In and out. A gentle rhythm, like the soft glow of the embers. Each exhale a small release, each inhale a quiet comfort. If a part of you still feels the need to stay awake, to stay on guard, it can rest too. The night is watching with you. The trees, the embers, the stars. They are all keeping gentle watch. They are steady, reliable, and calm, so you do not have to be. Here, it is safe to set down vigilance, safe to release the habit of listening for what might come next. In this circle of trees and starlight, nothing is pressing in on you. Everything gives you space to drift, to loosen, to sleep. Imagine the meadow itself speaking in a soft, low voice. Not with the words you need to follow, but with a feeling, a presence. It says, "You are safe here. You are safe to rest. You are safe to sleep." The embers echo the same quiet message with their slow, steady glow. "We are here," they seem to say. "We will keep this small warmth for you while you sleep. You can close your eyes even more and let the night take care of the rest." Above, the stars keep their gentle lantern light. They are far away, yet their presence is soothing and sure. They do not ask for your attention. They simply shine, softly and without effort. Their calm reaches down, like a cool hand smoothing the surface of a still pond. All around, the air grows even quieter. The world has settled into a deep, shared rest. You are not alone in your sleeping. The whole meadow is easing into the same soft stillness. Everything is part of the same slow, peaceful rhythm. If thoughts appear, they can become lighter and farther away. They may move like small clouds across the dark sky, without weight, without urgency. You can watch them float, or you can let them pass without noticing. It is all right to care less and less about them, until they fade into nothing at all. Your body knows what to do. It knows how to slip from waking into dreaming, gently, naturally. You do not have to guide it. You only have to allow. Allow the heaviness in your limbs. Allow the softness behind your eyes. Allow the quiet inside your chest. The trees will keep watch. The embers will keep their slow, glowing guard. The stars will keep their distant lanterns lit. You can surrender into this quiet circle of protection, knowing you are completely safe. Night holds you, and the meadow holds you. The last warmth of the fire holds you. The wide sky above holds you. You are wrapped in layers of stillness and care. Nothing more needs to happen now. No more words are needed. Only this deep, easy resting, spreading through every part of you. A soft drifting, down and down, into sleep. The embers dim a little more, softer, quieter. The air grows cooler, kinder, slower. Thoughts grow fainter, distant, almost gone. Only comfort remains, and the gentle sense of being watched over. The night will stay here with you. The meadow will keep its slow, patient watch. You can let go completely now. Safe to drift, safe to sleep, safe to disappear into the soft, endless quiet of your dreams. The night has grown very quiet now. The world around the fire feels soft and far away. The air is cooler against your skin, gentle and calm. Everything seems to be breathing slowly with you. The fire has settled down into a glow. The bright flames from earlier have faded into low, warm embers. They shine softly, like tiny hearts of light nestled in the dark. Every so often, there is a quiet shift, a little crackle, then stillness again. Above, the sky is deep and dark and kind. Stars hang there in their patient places, unhurried and calm. They do not ask anything of you. They are simply there, watching over this small hidden meadow. The grass around you barely moves. A faint breeze passes through now and then, so light it almost isn't there. Only the smallest stir of leaves, the softest brush along the ground. Then the air rests again, and everything becomes very still. Your body knows this stillness. It answers the quiet with its own quiet. Muscles loosen, thoughts slow. Breathing spreads gently through your chest. The ground holds your weight with steady, easy support. Here, time seems to stretch out and soften. There is no need to move quickly or to do anything at all. Moments drift into one another, like small ripples fading across a dark pond. It is enough just to be here, in this place, exactly as you are. The embers of the campfire glow like small, sleepy suns. They are not bright enough to wake the world, only warm enough to comfort it. Their gentle light rests on the grass, on your hands, on your face. Everything nearby is wrapped in a mild amber hush. In this hidden meadow, night has settled in fully. The faraway sounds of the world have grown faint and dim. Only the soft, natural whispers remain. The quiet of the grass, the low sigh of air, the distant hum of the earth. Each sound is slow and friendly, part of the same peaceful breath. You are safely tucked inside this circle of warmth and dark. The sky above, the earth below, the trees at the edges of the meadow. All of them seem to lean in a little, gentle and watchful, as if they are keeping you company without asking for your attention. The stars look down with a steady, silver calm. They have watched 1,000 nights like this one. Fires that were lit glowed softly and then faded to quiet ash. They understand rest, and they offer that understanding to you now. You may feel a sense of being held, without anything touching you, a sense that the world here is soft and open, with room for every breath. Thoughts can rise and fall like sparks, catching and then disappearing into the dark sky. There is nothing you need to hold on to. If the mind begins to wander, it can wander slowly. It might follow the glow of a single ember as it pulses in and out. It might drift up to one small star and stay there. Or it might simply float in the space between one breath and the next. The quiet around you is not empty. It is full of gentle, resting things. The hush of sleeping leaves, the slow life of the trees, the soft weight of night air. All of them are settled, all of them at ease. Here, you are free to rest in the same way. There is no plan, no path, no right way to feel. Only this safe meadow, this kind darkness, this warm, glowing circle of light. You belong in this moment, just as the embers belong to the fire. Breath comes and goes without effort. In. A little pool of ease spreads through the body. Out. Anything extra, anything heavy, can quietly drift away. Again and again, the simple rhythm continues, calm and sure. The ground beneath you is steady and patient. It takes your weight without question, without limit. You are allowed to sink into that support little by little. Each small release a gentle letting go. Each letting go a small act of trust. Nothing here is in a hurry. The trees will stand where they are all night. The stars will move so slowly you cannot see it. The embers will fade in their own time, with no need to rush. Even as the fire grows dimmer, the warmth lingers. It has soaked into the stones, into the air, into your skin. It stays with you, a soft blanket made of heat and light and quiet. You can rest inside that warmth as long as you wish. Eyes may grow heavy, or they may stay gently open. Either way is perfectly fine here. Wakefulness is welcome. Sleep is welcome. Both can sit side by side, like friends sharing the same log by the fire. Thoughts may come, like distant voices at the edge of the meadow. You do not need to follow them. You can simply let them move past, fading into the fields and trees beyond. Here, you are closer to the breath, and the breath is closer to silence. Slowly, night wraps more deeply around the meadow. Every shape softens at the edges. The line between earth and sky becomes smoother, more blurred. The whole scene turns gentle, like a whisper just before it fades. There is a quiet sense of blessing in the air. Nothing spoken, nothing formal or grand. Just a tender feeling that this place is good, and that it is good for you to be here. A simple welcome, deep and unspoken, woven into the grass and stars and dark. You are allowed to stay in this hidden meadow for as long as you want. You may drift into sleep or rest in a soft, peaceful wakefulness. You may leave in your thoughts and return again whenever you wish. The fire continues to breathe its slow orange breath. Each glow, each tiny crackle is like a quiet good night. The stars above nod in their patient way, never leaving their posts. The grass holds the shape of your rest, remembering your presence kindly. Nothing is asked of you here. You do not need to change, to fix, to decide. In this gentle circle of night, you are already enough. You are already held. So the moments pass, soft and uncounted. Breath after breath, the body sinks deeper into comfort. The mind loosens, like a knot gently undone by warm hands. Peace rises up from the ground and down from the sky to meet you in the middle. Stay as you are in this easing quiet. Let warmth stay where it wants to stay. Let the hush of the meadow surround you, kind and vast and still. And as the embers dim and the night deepens, you may simply rest, here, in the quiet meadow, in your own time, in your own way, as everything falls softly into silence.